The moment that the text went out to OSU students, the moment that police were notified, the initial media reports, and not just really media, the people in the media themselves, but also anti-gun lobbyists, former VP candidate Tim Kaine, all of these people immediately called for gun control. They called for more gun-free campuses, even though OSU is a gun-free campus. It is a gun-free zone. In fact, it was a law-abiding officer who just happened to be there who used his gun control to take care of this criminal that was hell-bent on murdering many people. And he used his firearm to do it. Guns are what ended this. A gun ended this. Nothing else, not goodwill, not happy thoughts, not telepathic joy. Nothing else ended this, but a gun did. Now imagine, someone made the remark to me, and I think it was some anti-gun lobbyist or progressive-leaning media entity. They had made the remark to me, but yeah, can you imagine, Dana? Can you imagine how many people would have been killed if this guy had a firearm? If this Abdul Artin had a firearm? Yeah, here's my response. Can you imagine how many people he wouldn't have been able to hurt and how quickly he would have been taken down had anyone there, a law-abiding person, had a concealed carry permit or had been permitted to carry a lawfully carried firearm with them on campus? See, this is one thing that not a lot of people realize. If you watch this program with any regularity, of course, obviously, you do, that the CDC report, which was commissioned by President Barack Obama in 2013, he spent millions of our taxpayer dollars on it. In fact, what they deduced is that concealed carry actually serves as a great deterrent to crime. The CDC determined that on average, there are 2.3 million instances of DGU, defensive gun use, annually. And in fact, 93% of those cases, actually I think it's over 93%, give or take a couple of points, those individuals don't even have to squeeze the trigger. All they have to do is brandish their firearm. For instance, in the Clackamas Mall shooting incident, a law-abiding gun owner with his permit stopped that incident, stopped that tragedy from becoming a further, bigger, catastrophic tragedy. And all he did was simply brandish his lawfully carried firearm, didn't even have to squeeze the trigger. There are so many instances like that every single year, and everyone immediately wants to assume the worst. But do you know how many people are actually helped? Defensive gun use vastly outweighs criminal usage. And that's the thing, it's not even a gun control issue. A gun wasn't used. It was a knife and it was a car. See, this is what I find so insanely ridiculous. Anti-gun lobbyists, they want people disarmed. They want gun-free zones established everywhere. But when bad guys start killing people, no matter the instrument, these anti-gun advocates, they want to call the guns back in. Now, someone had said, yeah, well, the difference here, Dana, is that this was a trained police officer, not just a civilian with a gun. Wow, prejudice much? Because by all accounts, I am just simply a civilian with a gun. Of course, I've also done thousands of hours of training as well. In fact, most gun owners do go through a lot of training because we don't like being ignorant about stuff. Maybe some people want to be comfortable in their ignorance. For example, the ignorance of assuming that all gun owners are somehow lazy and they don't want to go out and train. Like that. See, we actually want to go to the range. We want to improve our skills. We want to understand everything there is to understand about the particular firearm which we carry.